Yep, it's late. Well, not that late. It's 11:36 p.m. Ugh. Oof. And what's today? March 11th. Yeah. So I just been up here brainstorming and trying to figure out, what it is that I'm gonna do um, for streams of income and just brainstorming, doing some research and so on and so forth. But then something came to me, and it was like epiphany. But at any rate, why don't humans, family and friends support you? And these are the conclusions that I came up with. The first one is that they don't give a shit. They really don't care. Secondly, um, they just waiting on you to see what you gonna do. Thirdly, of course, jealousy, envy, because they didn't think of certain things in their mind frame and so on and so forth. Um, but here's the thing: is that even in the midst of what you're going through, and I just realized this with my transition from my home and where I'm at today on this day, is that out of all of the people that I asked, there was very few that even knew my situation or whatever. From just me, the feedback that I got, and something trying that happened in a life changing situation that had me, that only knew about my situation. There was no help except for my children's, in which they should. But just to know that at one point in time that you helped these people or whatever the situation, how you met these people, you still help these people, even in family, you help these people, you yourself help these people, and nobody came to the rescue or had a resolution or how they could help you when it was so catastrophic and actually hardening, and um I couldn't believe it, but then again I could believe it because of where it was coming from, who it was coming from, and how it was coming from. Nobody cares about your situation. They don't. Nobody cares about what you're going through. People are so selfish, and this is why I really don't listen to people or whatever, and how they want to come off when they have an audience around people, because they'll talk that talk, but they don't walk that walk. It sounds real good coming out their mouths, but when it's comes to putting that action in, that work in, that help in, it is not adding up. It's not giving what it's supposed to be given. And I even said this with family a long time ago, and just how they move, and you know, um, even people that I didn't board, and case in plain. I mean, I talk a lot about situations and scenarios or whatever with my family, and the reason why we just don't comprehend the same, and I don't even know how we related, but I'm gonna digress. But when it's something for you to do, even you know um when I was starting off trying to get my businesses, and I said I wanted three businesses. I wanted a clothing store, a hair store, and a restaurant. And out of all three of those, I was able to only get one of those things, a clothing and an accessory, and actually was a vendor. But because you didn't even have any help, and even then when I was a vendor in the mall, people wouldn't come out there to help you, and they wanted jobs and so on and so forth, and they wanted you to give them an arm and a leg and a titty and an ass cheek just to help you, literally, you know. I remember I asked one of my friends or whatever to come out there and just help me pass out flyers, because I can't run a store and then go out there into the mall and bring people into, the store or whatever. And they told me the excuse was they didn't have any bus fare. Okay, well, if you can get out here, and on top of that, I was going to pay you up under the table. If you can get out here and ain't had no cigarettes, I'm going to pay you, I'm going to get you some cigarettes, some bus fare, and put some money in your pocket just to come out here for a couple of hours or whatever. They couldn't even do that. So what I saw in that is that people want you to give them everything without even putting in their work just because of who you are. And it's like, that's not fair, because I couldn't even ask nobody, first of all, to give me something for free and not even putting no work in. But people are just so, thinking they're entitled to your stuff that you put your hard work into. And that comes with your kids too. But we see how it works out. And you could just forget about even asking people to support, even with this YouTube stuff or whatever. People are not going to hit that like. I look at some of the views I got on one of my videos. I'm almost up to 10,000 views, and I think I got 78 likes. That's probably one of my biggest, videos and views that I got. And then some of them reach. I got a couple got 3,000, um, uh, 2,000, 1,000, 1K. So the numbers, they fluctuate or whatever. This is why I'm sorry, I really don't take this internet stuff seriously. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be what it's going to be, because I feel like I done put out a whole lot of my time, my attention, things that I know how to do or whatever, without the support, and then also these people don't even know you or whatever. But then on a sense, even with this TikTok stuff, and all of my people or whatever, even if it's something that I don't like or whatever, and I'm against violence, I'm against, music that promotes certain things or whatever, you know what I'm saying, of violence, degrading people and all that type of stuff. And the fight videos, y'all already know how I feel about that. I'm not going to promote that type of stuff, because, and another thing, I was watching a movie today, and I was looking at, the whole, the lady had lost her husband. She had 2 kids or whatever, and they didn't have any family. They didn't have anywhere to go. She didn't even know, you know what I'm saying, what to do. Her, I think her mom was in a nursing home or whatever, and her husband had died. And so, the only thing she could do was drive around or whatever. But she went into, found a church or whatever, and then a pastor. I think the name of this movie was called Jada. That's the name of this movie. But it just happened to be in my feed or whatever. So, I looked at it. But, and I'm just seeing how, I think Clifton Powell, Jason Weaver, I think his name is, and I can't forget that other girl name. She played off of My Wife and Kids, Katie. Not Katie, the other sister, I forgot her name. And then this other actor, he played in a whole lot of things. I can't remember his name, but whatever. But how they had to jump